Hi everybody, welcome back. Welcome, for those of you who are just now finding me, to Jimmy's Neighborhood Bees. I'm Jimmy, and welcome to the neighborhood. Anyway, today's video is not that technical. It's November now, 2023. Bee stuff as far as going inside the hive. I'm pointing over here because that's my storeroom hive with the black bee cozy around it. And I have the farmhouse hive over there. Bee stuff as far as going inside the hive is not happening anymore. Our low temperatures get down below freezing, which is 0 degrees Celsius, 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm not going in there. I'm not pulling out frames. I'm not looking in, not breaking boxes, anything like that. The only thing I do is I can lift the top. I can put on some fondant and close it back up. But today, and what I do during the winter is I do maintenance. I do preps for the next season, whatever. So before I get into that, let's get into today's fortune, and then tell you what I'm going to do today. Hey, hola. Okay, it says, today's fortune, it says, you could prosper in the field of engineering. I have. I was engineering for, all of my 10 years of Navy. Well, no, not all, because 3 of those years I was a recruiter in South Miami. So 3 of those years I was recruiting. 7 of the years I was in engineering. In the boiler room, fire room, we made electricity, we made fresh water out of seawater. What else did we do? We did all of that stuff. So we supplied steam to the ships. Anyway, you can look up boiler technician. That rate doesn't exist anymore. They combined them with other things. Ships use gas turbine engines now, and of course nuclear power. Anyway, so you can look that up if you want. And for those of you who want to know, my wife was a hospital corpsman, which is their like a nurse or whatever. So that's what she did for her 6 years in the Navy. Okay, so today, what we're gonna do is get this out the way. I've had a couple of comments and a couple of people that I watch their videos, and they talk about nuisance ants. The ants are not gonna really do too much to the bees, but they can, bother the bees by having so many ants in your hive. I don't like them because they just, ugh. I've had a couple of ants that made it to the farmhouse hive. I did some treatments, some things that I do to keep them out. However, and then the yellow hive, I've had ants on that, and I've done some stuff to fix that. However, I'm going to do a more permanent solution, and then I'll show you what I do with my licensed hive stand. But I built these stands last year. I'm going to link the video to these stands. Building them. They're heavy duty. They're 1x6, pressure treated. They should last forever, for the most part. Very, very, very. Very sturdy. And I could have done this a while back, but I didn't. I wanted to let the wood air out, because when you use wet, pressure treated wood, it needs to air out for a little while. Now that that's happened, and this is the perfect time, I'm going to show you what I do, or what I will be doing. This is Vapor Rub. Some people, there's a brand name, Vicks. I'm not sponsored by anybody. However, I use the Equate brand, which is Walmart. Not sponsored either, but that's it. Vapor Rub. It's like you put it on your chest if you're having breathing issues, whatever. So I use that. And then I got a spider. Another spider. And then I use this aluminized duct sealing tape. I just got it from Lowe's, not sponsored. I just go to Lowe's. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap each leg up high. Well, when I say high, it's upside down. So you got to realize, I'm gonna just wrap a piece of tape around here on each leg, because the bottoms will be in contact with the ground, and for the ants to climb up, they got to climb this way. If they can't get to here, they can't get to the hive. So what I will do, I got to take my rag, wipe off any, because it's been in the rain, so just wiping it off, just so that the tape will stick. And you see there, it's where the rain was splashing up on it. This can be ripped, so all I'm doing, and then you just peel and stick the tape. I like using the aluminized tape, but you can use regular duct tape. It just doesn't last as long. The cloth type just doesn't last as long. This aluminized tape, perfect. And the idea behind this is that once I have the tape on here, I just take a little swipe of this vapor rub and go around the tape. And that forms a barrier so the ants can't go from the bottom up to the actual hive. They won't pass this barrier. So if they won't pass the barrier, they can't get to the hive. The vapor smell doesn't bother the bees. I've been putting this vapor on the aluminum legs of the lysine hive stand, and I have no problems whatsoever with bees or ants in the lysine, any of the hives on the lysine stand. And what I found is if you do this, and you might have to touch it up once a month, with the vapor rub, touch it up once a month. And I know I got one more. After a while, the ants will get the idea, hey, don't go there, you're wasting time. And they just won't even try anymore. So winter is the perfect time to do it. Now, there's some people who have, get in there, wires coming from their hive. You can do the same thing with the wires, right? If you have cords, like you heat your hive or you light heat your hives or whatever wires go into it, just take a little bit of the vapor rub and rub the wires to where it's off the ground but not touching the stand yet. So that's a break, and the bees won't, I mean the ants, they won't pass that wire. So this is what it looks like. Let's throw this in the pocket. The hive stand sits like this. Ants will try to walk up. Right now they could just still walk up, inside, outside, whatever. They can walk up, get on the hive, because the hive will be sitting here, go in the hive, do anything they want to do. You take your Vicks Vapor Rub, or not Vicks, but any brand you choose. Also, there's another thing called Tanglefoot. I've used Tanglefoot, and bees don't get stuck to the Tanglefoot, but ants, moths, a lot of stuff gets stuck to that. So I have some of that too. It's more sticky and goopy, and I would use, matter of fact, let me go get a glove. Okay, I went inside and I got my Tanglefoot. Tanglefoot. Again, not sponsored. It's so sticky and goopy, I keep it in a Ziploc bag. I need a bigger one. I can't get it out. Stuff is so, ugh. Let's see. So this is it. It's called Tree Tanglefoot. And it says gypsy moths, ants, cankerworms, winter moths, black vine weevil, and other crawling insects. It's an insect barrier. So people put it on their trees. Ew, I gotta wipe this stuff off. They put it on around their trees when you have young trees, things like that. So if you want to buy Tanglefoot, buy Tanglefoot. However, for just the ants and the problems that I had or people have with just ants, some vapor rub. Take a little on your finger and just work your way around. And all you're doing is putting a barrier. And the only thing you have to do is make sure you go all the way around so that there's no break in the barrier. You can also do it on bare wood without having the aluminum tape, and it'll kind of soak into the wood. However, I don't think that lasts as long. The rain won't wash it off. I feel like a doctor. Anyway. Doesn't have to be thick. It's just a thin coating. Then rub it in. Or just rub it on there. And that's it. That's all four. It's just rubbed on. Ants won't pass. And you're good to go. And as I said, for the license, I'll take you over there and show you the license stand. But it's the same thing. I just wipe around the metal, the aluminum legs of the license stand, and the ants won't crawl up the license stand at all. And eventually they'll get the picture. Hey, yeah, there's nothing up there. I can't get up there. And as long as nothing else is touching your hive, like plants or anything, you'll be fine. Anyway. So let's go put some tape around the legs of the farmhouse hive, and I'll also do the, too many bees flying over there right now. I'll do that one over the weekend when it gets colder and the bees are inside. I'll do that one. The same with over here with the farmhouse, because I don't feel like getting suited up. But so that's it. Let's go over there to the license stand. Okay. This is the back of the hives because of the sun, so that the sun wouldn't blow you guys out. But the license hive stand, not sponsored. I can't remember where I bought it. It was Better Bee or I'll look it up and put it down here where I got it from. But you don't have to put the aluminum tape like this. You just put it around on the legs. Now, I usually put it on the upper leg and right around here. And also, if you put it on the bottom leg, just make sure you go inside the legs as well. But that's it for that. You just wipe the around all four legs. Or you can do it on the feet, but I just want to give them more of a chance. But if you do it on the little square feet here, just make sure you go all the way around and with the vapor rub, and that will stop the ants from even getting to the bottom of the license stand. Most any stand you have, but if you have the wood, I like to use that aluminum tape. It just seems better, and you know where you're putting it, and you know the ants won't go past that aluminum tape. So that's it. I'm gonna put this hive back on this stand. None of these hives are occupied. This will be my, I gotta decide what to do with all of these. I'm thinking I'm gonna get at least one apame. I don't know. I don't even know how to pronounce it. I'm gonna ask when I go to the North American Honeybee Expo. I'm gonna ask exactly how you pronounce that so I can say it right. But yeah, so I want to get at least one of those, a standard type hives, just with deeps, and that way, if I have my friend, if she needs resources, I'll have standardized equipment that I can help her and Sean out, her husband, because 2 years in a row now they've lost their bees before coming into winter. This year it happened in August. They called me up, so I don't know what's going on with them, but they only have the one hive. So anyway, so that's why I want to get a standard hive to be able to share resources if I have to. I'll put it in a cooler or in a hive butler tote if I got to bring over like 2 frames of eggs or bees or brood or whatever it is to help them out. Anyway, so that's it. Really, nothing else. I was gonna start answering at least 1 or 2 questions at the end of these segments. So if you want to put some questions down in the comments, I'll go through and look through them, and I'll pick out 1 or 2 questions that I can answer at the end of the segment before the end of the video. So if you have any questions, now's your time to ask, and I'll try to answer them. And if you put your name, I'll credit you with the question and location. You know, I'm in Central Virginia, just the county south of Richmond, the capital. Right now it's like 66 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll put the Celsius down there. And it's supposed to be in the 70s for the next few days, and then we go back down to cold. So these are the hard times for the bees. The bees were really flying on my yellow hive. However, they were, you know, it was down to freezing and below this morning. So, yeah, hard times. So don't let your bees starve. So if they're using up resources with these hot and cold days, make sure there's plenty on there for the bees to partake in. All right, that's it for now. I'm going to clean up my mess. I'll put the, well, no, I'll do that later when the bees are not flying. So I don't feel like suiting up. So I'll do that on a cold day. But just know that I'll do the same thing all the way around on all of my hives that have wooden legs. So, all right, thanks for watching. And thank you all for all of the anniversary wishes. Sharon and I, we appreciate that. We're looking to 40 plus more years of adventures. Actually, it started out with adventure because we missed our first flight coming back from Hawaii. That's a long story. Well, it's not long. We both looked at the wrong time. We looked at the time of our connecting flight, not the time of our originating flight from Hawaii. We were supposed to connect in San Francisco, and that flight didn't leave until like 11:30 at night. So we were putting that time, 11:30 at night, with our flight leaving Hawaii instead of San Francisco. So we were out hanging out when our flight was supposed to leave. Well, we got it all straightened out. We ended up flying to Chicago. It was cold, almost snowing, and I'm wearing a short sleeve Hawaiian shirt in Chicago airport. Everybody I passed was just shaking their head. So it was funny for me. We were laughed about it. We got home 2 hours later than we would have. Life is good. So thank you all for the anniversary wishes, and we hope we have like 50, 60 more. I don't know. Anyway, Y'all have a good one. Thanks for watching, and have fun with your bees. Even in the winter, something you can do, right? Anyway, bye, y'all.